Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a nice night. We're here to continue our trial on this Friday. I do have counsel of the State Defense and Mr. Quiles present. This is a case of State of Florida versus Johnathan Quiles, 19 CF 7518. State, can you bring in the jury?
Just one brief thing for our record. Witness number 2 this morning is now, she wasn't previously now in the chair. She's hurt herself. She believes she's got crutches. She believes she can go from her chair to the witness stand. Just want to alert your staff to maybe give her some assistance. She thinks she can do it, but
If she can't, I'm sure we could function it to where you can give her a microphone in front of the witness stand or some capacity, but if she can make it, I'm sure the staff would do everything they can to help her out.
I told her exactly what the court just said, so hopefully she can do it. If she can't do it, if she gets in there, don't feel bashful about asking for a microphone. So just let the court know that's what it's going to do.
Okay. Anything else we need to handle today?
In a wheelchair? The second one, she's in a wheelchair. Just move it right up here.
Oh, and Mr. Skinner, the staff said you can use the wheelchair to just wheel her up to the microphone. Right, it's for the second witness.
Okay. Oh, second witness.
The wheelchair will fit in that corner. That may work out better. That was a good idea. Anything else from the state? Anything from the defense?
Sir, Your Honor.
All right, let's bring the jury in, please.
That's not accurate, but no.
Your Honor, the jury enters the court.
Good morning, everybody. You guys may have a seat, of course. Members of the jury, welcome back. Good to see you guys on this Friday morning. We're going to go ahead and get started very quickly with our next witness. With that said, State, you may call your next witness.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Officer Olivia Harris.
Officer Harris, well, good morning to you, ma'am. Just watch your step as you come forward.
Thank you.
You need a glass of water or something, let us know. We'll do our best to accommodate you.
Thank you.
And if there's an objection made during the course of your testimony, just pause, let me rule on the objection first, and then you
Gotcha.
can go and answer your question.
Thank you.
All right, ma'am. With that said, State, you may inquire. You're ready.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. May it please the court. Ma'am, will you introduce yourself to the jury, please?
Good morning. I'm Officer Olivia Harris.
And what is your occupation?
I'm a school safety officer for the Duval County School Police.
And how long have you been working in that capacity?
11 years.
So does that mean you're the same capacity in your current duties in 2018?
Yes,
Are you still employed in that manner today?
I am.
Can you give the jury an idea of what are your duties as that type of an officer, please?
My duties and responsibilities are the same as if I was a police officer in any agency. So what I do is we just basically make sure that the school stays safe, but we handle all crimes that occur on school property. That's where our jurisdiction lies.
All right. And ma'am, how long have you been working at specifically Terry Parker High School?
11 years.
Right. Are you dressed on campus as you are dressed today?
I am.
Are you-
Full uniform.
All right. Are you a sworn law enforcement officer?
I am.
Now, ma'am, directing your attention back to December of 2018, were you employed and working throughout that month at Terry Parker High School?
Yes.
Was school to be let out at some particular time in the midpoint of December of 2018?
Yes.
That's just a typical holiday break.
It's called winter break.
Yes, ma'am. Now, was there a young lady enrolled at Terry Parker at your school by the name of Ayanna Sawyer?
Yes.
And what grade was she in, if you can recall?
10th.
Was there a time period during the middle part of that month, around December 19, 2018, where IS went missing from the school?
Yes.
Did you get contacted shortly thereafter in the following days by members of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office Detective Division?
I did.
And what was the purpose of their contact with you?
They wanted to look at surveillance cameras to see if we had any camera footage of the victim leaving the school in an effort to see how she left the school.
All right. Now, do you recall what day of the week you would have met with law enforcement from the sheriff's office?
It was a Saturday.
All right. Following the incident.
Correct.
Okay. Do you recall which Saturday, whether it was the very next Saturday or the one following that?
I thought it was the next Saturday, but it could have been a week past the 19th, the Saturday from the week after, which the 22nd or the Saturday thereafter.
All right. During that, what you call winter break, are you off duty with respect to coming into Terry Parker on a daily basis?
I'm off when the teachers and the students go home. I go home also.
Thank you. Do you recall when the sheriff's office made contact with you that school had already let out?
School had let out.
And when they contacted you on that particular Saturday following her disappearance, what did you do?
I was on my way to a wedding that day, and when they called, I was close by my house, and I turned around, went home, changed clothes, changed cars, and met them at the police station downtown, 501 East Bay Street.
All right, and for our record, is that the police memorial building?
Correct.
All right. And do you recall the name of the detective that you met with?
Johnetta Buxton and Tanya Porter.
Are those two missing persons detectives with the sheriff's office?
At that time, yes.
All right. And what was the purpose of going to the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office on that particular Saturday?
They wanted me to bring my laptop because we have cameras, and I can look at the cameras from my laptop.
Okay. And did you, in fact, meet with both of those detectives?
I did.
And did you bring your laptop?
I did.
Did you and the other two missing persons detectives make efforts to log on to the security system at Terry Parker High School?
We did.
And what happened as a result of that?
We were not able to do so because in order to access the cameras, you have to be on a school Wi-Fi. So we left the police memorial building and we went to Terry Parker High School.
And was it just the three of you?
Yes.
Did you make it to Terry Parker High School?
We did.
Was it closed?
It was closed.
Did you have access to it nonetheless?
Yes.
Did you bring the sheriff's office into the campus at Terry Parker High School?
I did.
Were you able to log on to the surveillance system at the school?
Yes.
Did you use their Wi-Fi?
Yes.
Were you able to successfully show the sheriff's office missing persons detective surveillance video looking back to December 19 of 2018?
Yes.
Did you all look at several clips that afternoon?
We did.
All right. Now, When you did this, ma'am, as you're looking through the video, can you explain to the jury sort of the setup, what that looks like?
Repeat that question, please.
Yes, ma'am. When you have the detectives with you, are you all looking on a screen, a laptop? Are you in a room? Explain what that looks like to our.
Okay. We're on, because I have monitors in my office and, with a regular PC, and I have a larger monitor, so I can also access the cameras from my monitor and my PC because it's all linked to school Wi-Fi.
Are you directing them to various areas of the school on the cameras?
I am.
Are the three of you searching for either IS and or her sister SS?
Yes.
Can you give the jury the first time you would have spotted IS on the camera systems that morning as you are looking through your system?
Okay. For whatever the reason was, they wanted me to concentrate on the cafeteria. And what we did was because the inside of the cafeteria was very well, it was populated very densely. What we did was I have 3 areas of the cafeteria that students can exit. So I was told of an area near the picnic tables. And because of that, I concentrated on the west door of the cafeteria. And I didn't know exactly who I was looking for, but they did. So what they did was when they found 2 people that they were interested in, that's when we stopped and we started, that was our focus at that point.
All right. And of course, don't tell us anything those 2 officers said, but they had already interviewed certain witnesses like the sister and other members of her family.
Correct.
Your knowledge.
Correct.
All right. So when you get to the cafeteria area, do your eyes and the detective's eyes spot IS and SS near the cafeteria?
Correct. They were spotted exiting the west door of the cafeteria.
All right. And approximately, the best you can recall, I know it's been a long time, at what time was that morning?
It was about 10:45-ish, 10:50-ish a.m.
Yes, ma'am. Now, was there, from that point forward, were you able to try to track the best you can with that surveillance video where IS and SS went from there?
Well, I only tracked where IS went. They were sitting once they exited the doors of the cafeteria, we have several picnic tables because there's an overflow from the cafeteria. And they came out and sat at a picnic table, and they were engaged in conversation between each other.
Sitting there while you're monitoring the surveillance, were you and the detectives able to determine which one was IS and which one was SS?
Yes.
Can you describe for the jury the actions? Well, let me strike this. Could you hear on this video?
No, there's no audible.
Okay. Could you describe for the jury what you saw as they left the cafeteria outside between SS and IS?
They sat down, and at first it was somebody sitting at the same table with them, and for whatever the reason was, that person got up and they left. So the 2 sisters sat there, and SS was talking to her sister, and she was doing like this, just doing like this, and the IS was just like paying attention, listening and looking, and that was all I could observe of that.
Okay, and you made some motions with your hands. I just want to make sure our record gets down what you were describing. With your mouth, can you sort of describe the actions you were just doing with your hands? Sure.
She had one hand, and in the palm she used her other hand, and she was talking to her sister, and she was doing like this, doing like this.
All right. So for our record, are you pounding one hand into the other hand?
Exactly, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Would you describe SS as appearing to you to be adamant?
Very much.
Okay. Do you know approximately how long SS was doing this toward IS?
The pounding of the hand?
Yes, ma'am.
30 seconds, maybe 40 seconds or so.
Can you tell us approximately how long that conversation was?
About 8 to 10 minutes.
Okay. Now, once they left the cafeteria and then once you saw them sitting down outside the cafeteria, what did your eyes see next with respect to where IS went?
She got up and she left the area. She went north from the cafeteria. We have a breezeway. She went north from the cafeteria, which means she would have had to pass by the A hall, A wing downstairs, B wing downstairs, and then I couldn't see her any further from there from that particular camera.
And again, is this approaching the 11 a.m. hour?
Yes,
All right. Were you able to pick her up on yet another camera after that?
I was.
And can you describe what you saw on the second set of cameras?
I saw on the second set of cameras her exiting a gate on the west end of the school, which our bus ramp is. And she exited the gate. It appears as though she may have been on her phone, and she walked out. She went in a westward position, direction from the school, and she then went north on Townsend Boulevard into an area where I lost contact because we didn't have cameras there.
Okay. Let's first talk about the second set of cameras exiting the school. What would you describe this area to be called?
The bus ramp.
All right. I want you to take a look at your monitor in front of you. It should already be brought up. If not, just touch your screen. I'm showing you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 25, already been placed into evidence. Do you see that, ma'am?
I do.
Is this what you're describing as the Terry Parker High School bus loop?
Yes.
And while we're there, just so we're clear, is this on the east side of Jacksonville?
Yes.
Is this Duval County?
It is.
All right. Now, ma'am, on the far left of this exhibit, is that the breezeway where we're about to see IS walk out?
Yes,
All right. Have you reviewed this prior to coming to court today?
I have.
Okay. Is this what you were describing when you saw IS on the second set of cameras leaving
Yes.
the school? Okay. Request to publish, Your Honor. Ma'am, it'll now play. Will you just describe for us what we see in this video as it unfolds?
IS is exiting the gates. She's on her phone and she's walking toward the west direction, and then I lose.
All right. You lose sight of her after that?
Right, I don't have any eye contact on her right now, but that's her right there.
Right. Ma'am, I want you to describe what we see, if you could tell from there, in her left hand.
There's like a tote bag. It looks like, it was about yay tall. It appears about this tall.
And for the record, is that approximately 2 feet with your hands that you're showing us?
Yeah, about 2 feet.
Okay.
And then, like I said, she appears to be on her cell phone as she's walking out of the gate.
Right. Ma'am, is this the same IS that you saw talking with SS about 10 minutes prior to this video?
Yes.
Okay. After she leaves on this particular screen, do you pick her up anywhere on the exterior of the school on another camera?
Right at the corner of, right at the base of where the school stops, the school property stops, and it intersects Townsend Boulevard. She gets to Townsend, and there's a sidewalk to her north, and she walks. You can see her getting on the sidewalk, but when she take about 3 steps, there's a lot of brush there, trees there, and actually there's a house next door, and I lose sight because we don't have cameras right there.
Is the last time that your eyes see her is she walking north on Townsend Boulevard?
Yes.
Do you ever see her again on the school property that day?
No.
I know you searched extensively through video, is that correct?
Correct.
With respect to this video, if you saw them sitting on the bench talking about 10 minutes prior, approximately then, what time was it when she departs Terry Parker High School in this exhibit?
It was approximately, I want to say maybe 10 minutes or so after. No, when she left her sister, maybe about 5 or 6 minutes, because it doesn't take that long to go from where she was to where she ended up.
All right. If it was 10:50 and took her about 5 or 6 minutes to get to this spot,
yes,
would it be approximately almost 11 a.m.?
Right.
Ma'am, did you ever see her again?
No, I did not.
Did you ever talk to her ever again?
No,
Did she ever return to school in any way whatsoever after the winter break?
not to my knowledge, no.
Do you have any communication with her whatsoever after this video?
None.
Ma'am, I want to fast forward and show you State's Exhibit 47. This is an item collected by the Sheriff's Office. Jury has not heard about this yet from a landfill. I want to show you State's Exhibit 47. Will you look closely at two different barcodes on State's 47 and tell the jury what the barcodes say on this particular book?
Tara Parker High School, number 86.
Does it say that on both barcodes?
It does.
Does it say Terry Parker High School on both of those?
It does.
Thank you, ma'am. Is Terry Parker High School where you're employed and where IS attended school, ma'am?
Yes.
One moment, Your Honor. Nothing further, thank you.
Good morning, Officer Harris.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here. I just have a few questions for you. In that video that we see here that's paused, can you tell me where the office to the school, like the main office, is in relation to this video that we're seeing this still shot?
If you go back, like right behind where you see the brick building, south of where she's coming out from, there's a door right on the other side of where that brick building is. The main office is in that building. The building that you're looking at is like the administrative building, and it houses the main office.
Understood. So that office, but it would be in, we can actually see where the office is in that far,
Correct.
all the way in the back part of this picture.
Yes.
Okay. And so from that office, you'd be able to see this bus loop and the car line pickup area, correct?
Not the parent pickup, but you would see, because we don't let parents come in this area. The school, the automobiles that you see to the right of where she is, those are teachers' parking spaces. And so that's not where our parents come to pick their kids up. This is solely for buses. This area where you can drive through, solely for buses.
Thank you so much. Can you tell me about, well, you told me that this is the bus loop pickup area. Where in relation to this is the parent pickup area?
In the front of the school.
Okay, so nowhere near where this the main office area is.
No.
All right. You said that you reviewed several clips looking for IS and SS that day, and I know that some of that information was provided to you by Detective Porter and Detective Buxton, correct?
Correct.
As you all were looking and reviewing those clips, did you ever see a red van?
No.
Did Detective Buxton or Detective Porter ever direct you to noticing a red van?
No.
Okay. Did you ever see a red van picking up IS?
No.
On the videos that you just described, at any point in time did you ever see IS get into any sort of vehicle?
No.
I want to ask you about that conversation that you described between SS and IS. You said that SS was adamant, and you described a slapping of your hand into your other hand.
Yes.
Did that seem like an angry type of conversation from your observations?
My observations, what I took from it was that she was telling her something either to do or to not do. And she was adamant about what she was telling her to either do or not to do.
And your observations of IS's reception of that was that she just was listening?
She was listening, but she was not wanting to actually do whatever her sister was telling her to do or not to do.
So sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
It's
off.
okay.
And are you making that observation or that your opinion of what you saw based off of the body language that IS had at that time?
Yes.
Now, you said the last area that you could see IS on these videos was walking north on Townsend Boulevard, correct?
Correct.
Okay. You lose sight of her because the cameras don't go in that area, correct?
Correct.
As far as the video and where you did, you didn't know IS personally.
I did not.
You had never had any interactions with her or anything like that prior to looking at this video.
Not that I can recall.
Okay. And so you identifying her is based off of the information that was provided to you, I believe you said this, from Detective Buxton and Detective Porter, correct?
Correct.
Right, I know you said you could not recall specifically if it was the 22nd or maybe the 29th, but it was a Saturday for sure in that area.
I'm absolutely sure it was a Saturday.
Okay, just because of the things that you had going on
Right.
personally at that time. But you can't recall if it was before Christmas or after Christmas.
No. It was definitely before Christmas.
Okay, so more likely the 22nd.
But it may have been the 22nd or the 29th. Yeah, more likely the 22nd.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Let me ask you about, well, you already confirmed, there's no audio to this whatsoever.
No.
So everything, all the observations you're making is just based off of what you can see body language-wise and gestures and things like that that are going on.
Correct.
You have no idea what was actually said or anything along those lines.
No audio.
And you don't know where she was going or anything along those lines.
I do not.
All right, let me ask you about the book that you were shown, the item that has the barcode with Terry Parker. Is there a Salvation Army drop box near Terry Parker's high school?
I have no knowledge of that.
You would not know that, or you don't know that?
I don't know.
That book that you were shown with the barcode, do you know where that book came from?
No, it just had Terra Parker High School number 86 on it.
Okay, other than that it had that barcode on it, you have no other information as it relates to that book, where it came from, who had it, or anything like that?
No.
Okay. You don't know whose possession it was in last, you just know that it says Terra Parker on the barcode.
Correct.
Nothing further.
Officer, good to see you, ma'am. Have a nice rest of your day.
Thank you.